TKO Boxing with Sherry Abbasi, powered by PG Sports. I'm joined by Mr. KD in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. KD, long time, bro. Been speaking for a little while. Glad to finally meet you. We're here one day away from the big event. How are we feeling? How's AJ settling in this week?
Let me address, we've been talking for so long that it's finally nice to put a face to the name, and
Thank you, bro.
Congrats on everything you're doing. I rate it, I respect
Appreciate it, bro.
it.
Thank you very much. Like I said, this week we've seen a lot of stuff online. With AJ, as you know, you're so closely linked to him. There's always a lot of over-analysis of AJ's behaviour and people read into it. If he talks too much, there's too much going on in his head. If he doesn't talk, there's too much going on in his head. At that level, there's always criticism. He can't get away from that because he's the star of the show.
Of course.
What's your opinion on the sort of feedback from the public this week?
You know what? I just laugh at it because I've seen it all. I've seen them talking about his AirPods in, his headphones, the way he touches his neck. It's over-analysed. And the good thing is that he doesn't actually see any of it. So he's not really on social media like that. So it doesn't affect him. So it's just for us to have a little back and forth on Twitter about. But I just find it funny when I read it. I like to see how people come to their conclusions. It's quite nice. Sometimes it makes me think things. I'm like, oh, could that really mean that?
Yeah,
but look, it's just part of the game. Everything, when you get to the heights that he's reaching and has reached, is going to come with some scrutiny and some criticism. So it is what it is.
It's like when I DM'd you the other day and I said he's having none of my shit. I literally asked him one question, boom, he just shut me down. I was like, yeah, take a step back. He's not in the mood, just one of them things.
Do you know what? This was I say that we're in the business that's working with fighters. These guys are not normal. They punch people in the head for a living. They get punched in the head for a living. It is not something that average person has to deal with. So who you get today and who you get tomorrow, and this guy at breakfast and that guy in the afternoon, is always going to be somewhat varied. So I just say to us all, these fighters are all being true to themselves, and in that moment they are doing whatever they feel fit to get them through whatever they're getting through, whether they're making weight and they are dehydrated and they've got no energy and they can't talk, or they're just tired because they haven't slept, or they've been sparring, or they're nursing injuries. You never know what these fighters are actually going through. So when you see something, it's not your job to overanalyze what they're going through, but just understand that there's so many variables for them to get into a ring and go 12 rounds with somebody that does want to take your head off as well as you wanted to take their head off. So don't take it too seriously. For you, that's my advice. Today,
I find it funny.
I know you did. That's why we were both laughing about it. But yeah, listen, I think yesterday you probably saw a different version. He was a bit more talkative. I don't even know where that came from, but look, it is what it is. So the main thing is that they're going to fight for our entertainment, and that's all that really matters if you ask me. I don't care how they act, what they do in press conferences. When they get in that ring, that's all that's going to matter.
Got a bit of a loaded question for you. Obviously, you're very closely related to AJ, so there's naturally going to be a bias and a favouritism. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. As a boxing fan, I feel he gets way too much disrespect. I'll tell you why. This guy, without him, we don't get this. He started this 4 years ago when he had the fight with Andrew Ruiz, and then it's essentially been on the back of AJ's success from 2013, from his debut all the way through to now. He's been the megastar of the sport. He's carried British boxing. He's brought through so many young kids who have been inspired by him. He's the whole, he's media trained, he's this, he's that. What do you want him to do in front of the TV? Is he meant to act a certain way because he's a black man, he's meant to be a road man, he's meant to be that? Do you know what I mean? This whole, he's acting fake, all this, I don't agree with that. Yeah, if he's trying to inspire the next generation, if he speaks well, if he has a good persona, that is a positive for the next generation, whatever skin colour you are, whatever background, religion. He's been a great role model, Olympic gold medal, 2-time unified champion. You know what I mean? He's earned millions and millions of money that he'll never get to spend. Hopefully, anyway, we hope. You know what I mean? So he's been great for the sport, and he's a lock for the Hall of Fame. And I'm not even saying that to kiss his ass or to kiss your ass. It's right in front of your face. It's all there. It's not hard to give him credit, but he gets a lot of criticism. Why do you think that is?
Do you know what? I respect everything you just said, and I like it. I feel like, me personally, I've seen the hard work he's put in to doing what we do. For example, the meetings with the big brands, the sponsors that put more eyes on the sport, the amount of hours that go into the interviews, into the commercial work to really elevate the sport to a bigger place. And with that comes a lot of criticism because, look, you've got your different styles of fighters. You've got your Mike Tysons who will say what they want. You've got your Floyd Mayweathers that can trash talk. You've just got everyone who does their things their way. So I think leave Anthony Joshua to do things his way. It hasn't worked out badly for him at all. I remember, do you know what? I'll say it as well. The guy had a vision. Even coming to Saudi Arabia, I wouldn't say we were the first, because I think Amir Khan actually hosted a show out here once. But when we came and we spoke about the vision and what could happen, as well as we all know how rewarding it is fighting over here as well, I think he's staying true to that. He's still checking in on all the boxing clubs that we came and we spoke to when we first came out here, and we send equipment over here to for people to train. And it's not on a they need boxing gloves or anything. It's just the invested interest that he has in growing the sport beyond boxing. So yeah, I think the scrutiny is just part of the game. I do think he's very disrespected. However, I don't think he does it to be liked by everyone. So I don't think he cares. The public, the ex-boxers, I think they've got more of opinion than anyone else. But at the end of the day, like, it's just got one life to live, man. Just focus on yourself is what I'd say.
Absolutely, and people make a lot about his losses, but if you look at the situation with each of them, he's taken losses because he's fought the top guys. He's never ducked a challenge. He's always taken the fights that were there. There's been politics involved by other people that have kept certain fights away from him, if you know what I'm saying, which, you know, that is what it is. But AJ's still giving his all to the sport, still, you know, showing up for the UK and repping, you know, his people. What is next for AJ after this?
You know, let me just address the fact of the losses. I think we were very spoilt with the Floyd Mayweather era. We saw Calzaghe also have a nice run like that as well. But I think what you got to realise is it is sport. It is sport. Whether you want to combine people's amateur and professional records, like, sport is something where you win and you lose. In football, you could win this weekend against top of the league and next weekend lose to bottom of the league. But it's just what happens. And for me, I think that if everybody was on a journey to just keep fighting and be active and give the public what they want and get away from all the politics and stop trying to navigate too much and just fight the best, we'd see more fights that are better. We'd see more people losing because it's on the night as well. And I think we'd get back to a place of just getting some big nights going on. So I think that whole taking the losses stuff, it doesn't affect anyone. When you look at it, some of the biggest nights for him have come from the losses. It's not always a bad thing. And I think Derek Chisora is another great example. Look how many losses he's got on his record. He's still there in the top 10 contending. His name's always in the mix. It hasn't made him not want to continue fighting. So it's just part of the game, man.
Like you said, some of the best fighters of all time have taken losses, come back and accomplished so much more. AJ showed that against Ruiz, came back the next fight, switched his style up completely, won the World Heavyweight Championship, Unified Championship, and he's come back again and won 2 fights, and now it's the 3rd fight in a year, first time since 2016. So the fire's still burning in AJ.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, again, we can't talk about the future because tomorrow night anything can happen. But everyone wants that Wilder fight. That's a fight that's been on everyone's sort of radar from 2017 onwards. What do you expect to see tomorrow night from AJ in the main event, and also what do you expect to see from Deontay Wilder potentially tomorrow as well? There's a lot of pressure on both.
I don't like talking on other people, but I think it's a good fight. I'd like to see how the time off has done him. Joseph Parker's on good form right now, so it's a good night of boxing. I think AJ's going to do what he said he's going to do, and after that we should just all be in for a very, very big 2024.
Wicked. KD, thank you very much for your time, bro. Appreciate it.
Bro.
Thank you, bro. Nice one.
Thank you.
Cheers, bro. Thank you. See you later.